The lecture hall is unusually quiet. Students sit scattered across the room, some rubbing tired eyes, some scrolling phones, some staring blankly at the board. It's the middle of the semester. Deadlines are piling up. Minds are heavy. The door opens. A middle-aged professor walks in slowly. Calm face. No rush, no books. She places her bag down and says nothing. She looks at the students, not judging, just observing. Then, without a word, she reaches into her bag and pulls out a clear glass of water. She raises it high. The glass catches the light. Professor calmly. Class. How heavy do you think this glass of water is? Students exchange confused looks. One student hesitates. Maybe 250 grams? Another says confidently, 1/2 kilo, ma'am. Someone laughs. It doesn't look that heavy. The professor nods, smile gently. She keeps holding the glass. Professor, interesting answers. She pauses. Professor, but let me tell you something. The absolute weight of this glass doesn't matter at all. Students lean forward. Professor, if I hold this glass for 1 minute, nothing happens. My arm is fine. She holds it steady. Professor, if I hold it for 1 hour, my arm will start to ache. Her arm trembles slightly. Professor, if I hold it for 1 whole day, she lowers her voice. Professor, my arm will become numb, paralyzed, useless. Silence. Professor places the glass on the table. Professor, the weight didn't change. She looks around. Professor, the time did. Professor, stress works the same way. She walks slowly between the rows. Professor, when you hold a problem for a short time, it's manageable. She stops near a student. Professor, but when you hold it all day, all night, for weeks. She taps her temple lightly. Professor, it begins to hurt you. Students lower their eyes. Some swallow hard. Professor, worry, fear, regret, guilt, expectations. She gestures toward the glass. Professor, these are not heavy on their own. Professor, let me tell you about a student I once taught. She sits on the edge of the desk. Professor, he was brilliant, always early, always prepared. Pause. Professor, but he carried his family's expectations like a glass he never put down. She looks at her hand, mimicking holding weight. Professor, every failure replayed in his mind, every comparison, every what if. Professor, one day his grades dropped not because he was weak, but because his mind was tired. She looks up. Professor, he wasn't crushed by weight, he was crushed by holding on too long. Professor stands tall again. Professor, some of you are holding a glass right now. She points gently. Professor, an unfinished dream, a broken relationship, a mistake you can't forgive yourself for. She pauses. Professor, you wake up holding it. You sleep holding it. Her voice softens. Professor, and you wonder why you're exhausted. Long silence. Professor walks back to the table. She lifts the glass again, then sets it down firmly. Professor, you don't need to throw it away. She smiles. Professor, you just need to put it down. She looks around. Professor, rest is not quitting. Letting go is not weakness. She taps the desk. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is release what's hurting you. Professor picks up her bag. Before you leave today, she pauses at the door. Ask yourself, what glass have I been holding for too long, proving I'm strong? She opens the door. Professor, put it down. She exits. Stress isn't about how heavy life is. It's about how long you hold it.